Hey guys, and welcome back to the Chicago White Sox franchise. Last episode, we had the off-season and opening day of 2028. In this episode, we're going to finish off just the first month. We simmed ahead a little bit before we got into some gameplay. And check us out. We're 9-0 to start the season, 9 straight wins. Swept the Twins, swept the Pirates, and swept the Tigers, and won the first game of the San Diego series, who we're going to play to start off the episode. Obviously, we're in first place with that record. Got ourselves off to a nice start. 4.5 game lead over the Royals and Twins, who are starting at 5-5. Tigers are 0-11. My goodness. So Tigers should be bad. Guardians look like they might be bad this year. And the Royals and Twins, we just never know. But this is the year we win the division. And I think go on a deep playoff run. But, we never know what's going to happen. We might go on a losing streak. We might lose some guys. So it's a grind, the baseball season. But our roster is looking pretty good. Noah Schultz on the mound. In his first start, he went 7 1/3 shutout innings. So he's looking to build on that to start the season. This is Joe Musgrove's third start. So far in 2 starts, he's been pretty good. 12 innings pitched. 3.75 ERA. First highlights in the bottom of the first. It's Heston Kjerstad, and it's Heston Kjerstad hitting one deep to right field. Going back to the right fielder, he looks up, and it's gone into the Padres bullpen. 1-0 White Sox. Heston Kjerstad doing Kjerstad things, and he's hitting home runs. So hopefully we get better season out of him. He actually had a good season last year, but it's funny, I didn't do much with him on video. But anyway, in top of the second, it's former White Sox Luis Robert, part of the Ethan Salas trade. He goes deep against his former club. He hits one in the White Sox bullpen. This game is tied at 1 just like that. We're going to see a couple former players in this one. Of course, we traded Luis Robert to San Diego as part of the Ethan Salas deal. Fernando Tatis up with 2 on and 2 out. It's 3-1 at this point because we simmed ahead a little bit, and it's going to be 4-1 as it's an RBI double for Fernando Tatis. For some reason, I think with 2 outs, they just send everyone. That's that's another former White Sox, Eloy Jimenez, just getting absolutely gunned at the plate. We would sim another inning, and it would be 5-1 Padres. They wouldn't stop hitting, but Jack Suwinski hitting an absolute nuke. Nothing new here. That one's gone. It's 5-2. It's only a 3-run game now here in the top of the third. So Noah Schultz struggling in the quick sim. Every time we quick simmed ahead a little bit, it just seemed like he was giving up extra base hits. Still in the third, it's Gavin Sheets with 1 out. Gavin Sheets is going to hit one in the gap. This is deep. Is it going to be deep enough? It is not. It's going to be off the bottom of the wall, but it's going to be a 1-out double. So we got a runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the third after back-to-back extra base hits. It's Colson Montgomery, and he's going to line one in the center. It looks like it's going to fall, but Luis Robert saves a run. A nice diving stop. Gavin Sheets will tag and go to third, but if that got by him, that would have easily been an RBI triple for Montgomery. Next up is Colby Mayo, and he's going to fly out to Luis Robert. So we don't get that other run home. It's 5-2 after 3. Going to move ahead to the fourth. It's Ethan Salas. Luis Robert went deep against his former team, and Ethan Salas is going to go deep against his former team. So that trade worked out for both teams. I think the Padres won the World Series a couple years ago, if I remember correctly. It definitely worked out for them. I'm pretty sure they won the World Series. So, yeah, that trade worked out for both of us. We like Ethan Salas here. I think that might have been his first no-doubter on video anyway. But anyway, Schultz strikes out Luis Robert in the 5th. That would be the end of his night. 5 runs, 8 hits. He had a couple Ks, but not his best night, that's for sure. We'd bring on Jake Eder in the 6th, and the first batter he faces is Luis Rengifo. And Rengifo goes deep. That ball's gone. 6-3 Padres. Luis Rengifo showing some pop. And you'd be surprised to know we're in like a week into the season. That's his 5th home run already. 13 games for the Padres. This is their 14th, and he's got 5 home runs. Still in trouble, Eder in the 6th, and Colby Mayo lays that one lazy. That one gets through, and Heston Kjerstad throws a little offline. So the Padres score another one. It's 7-3. It would end up being 8-3. But Chuck Dutzman down to our final out would give us one more run as he powers this one out to right center. And this one just makes it out of here. Another home run for Chuck Dutzman. We're glad to have him back. Man, we missed him at the end of the season and in the playoffs. Love this guy. Home run for him. That's his 3rd of the year. But that would be all. We would just get one more consolation run, really, as Heston Kjerstad would pop this one up, and it would end 8-4. We'd lose our first game of the season to San Diego. San Diego, by the way, who were 12-1, they just go to 13-1. Their first loss was their first game of the series against us. So we hand them their first loss. They hand us our first loss. We're going to jump ahead just a little bit. We're 13-3 at this point, still in very, very good shape, going up against the 9-7 Red Sox in Fenway. Tanner Houck on the mound, not good so far. Of course, only 3 starts in, not a big deal, but a 5.14 ERA for him and a sub-1 ERA in 3 starts for Drew Thorpe, who's on the mound for us. So very, very promising stuff. Drew Thorpe, remember, last year he went off to an awful start, then got red hot, and then was mediocre again. This year he's off to an absolutely terrific start and hoping to build on that. First highlights in the top of the second, and when it's Jack Suwinski at the plate, you can kind of assume what the highlight's going to be. It's all he does is hit absolute shots over the fence typically, sometimes in the gap, but that one's gone. Another home run for Jack Suwinski, solo shot. We're on the board first in the Battle of the Sox. It's 1-0 Chicago. In the bottom of the second, Drew Thorpe, we're just going to show some Drew Thorpe highlights. That was kind of a tongue twister. But yeah, Drew Thorpe, he was cruising along, striking everyone out. He strikes out the side here in the second inning as he's mowing down this Boston Red Sox team. Going to show a couple more here. Bottom of the fourth, Rafaela, 3-2 count. He goes down swinging, nasty slider. That was high in the zone, probably fooled him. In the fifth, we got some more offensive highlights. Leading off is Gavin Sheets. He's going to find the gap in right center. It's going to be a leadoff double for Gavin Sheets. We're hoping for another big year out of him with some more pop, but we will see how that goes. You never know with Gavin Sheets. Colson Montgomery up next. It's a base hit through the hole. Sheets obviously has no speed, so he will not score. First and third, 1 out, though. We're in good shape. Colby Mayo up, 2-1 count on him. Mayo's going to chop one to second. It's going to be an easy 4-6-3 double play. Not an RBI, but a run does score, so it's 2-0 White Sox. In the fifth, Red Sox would get a run back during the quick sim, so we just took over again. A walk to Brandon Lowe right there. Next up, or a couple batters later, I think it was a walk to Luis Valencia. Another walk. All of a sudden, he was striking everyone out. Now he can't find the strike zone. Matt Verling up next, and what was that from Vaughn Grissom? I mean, looking back on it, it was clearly hit hard if a ground ball went all the way to the wall like that, but I just felt like Vaughn Grissom could have made that play. 2-run score. It's a 2-run triple, and the Red Sox lead 3-2 just like that. Oh man, Trevor Story up next. He draws a walk. Drew Thorpe cannot find the zone, and he's getting hit after cruising along. Jared Duran up next, and he strikes out inside corner, 2-seam fastball. Looked like it may have been off the plate. Duran didn't like it. I think he used a slurp. I'm kidding. But anyway, it's a walk to Rafaela, another walk, and I've just seen enough. 5 walks, 4 in the inning, I think. That was it for Drew Thorpe. He couldn't finish the fifth after looking so good to start the game off. We go lefty against Devers. 3-2 count, and Hernandez gets him top of the zone. Just caught the strike zone. Big strikeout, keeps it at a 1-run game. It's 3-2. In the sixth we go. Vaughn Grissom leading off. 3-2 count on him, and he hits one over the third base bag and into the corner. Just didn't go all the way in the corner, so Vaughn Grissom will have to hold at first with a single. A couple batters later, we get that runner over to second. It's Kjerstad, and Kjerstad rips one in the gap. Question is if it's going to be out or not, and it is. It's gone over the bullpen. A 2-run shot for Heston Kjerstad. Another one for him. It looks like he's going to be on track for a big season. Third home run only, but we're starting to hit with him when we play. Jack Suwinski up a couple batters later, and like we said, you know what's going to happen. Jack Suwinski, all he does is hit nukes. He's an absolute beast. That one's gone. Another home run for him. It's 5-3, and let's see where that pitch ended up just to see a quick replay. That was a curveball sweeping all the way to the inside corner, and you can't throw anything even near the zone. In the seventh, Red Sox had a guy in scoring position with 2 out, but it is Alex Lange striking out Duran there to end the threat. We're going to the ninth, still 5-3. Evan Phillips on the mound. He's 8 for 8 so far in save opportunities. He hasn't given up a run, so it looks like he's bouncing back after that awful postseason he had. He gets the first 2 out, no problem, and then it's Matt Verling. He's going to hit another extra base hit. This one goes off the monster. Kjerstad fires into second. Looks like they might have a play, but the throw offline again from Kjerstad. So it's a 2-out double. Yoshida would pinch hit. He's up next, and he rolls one through for a base hit. Runner's going to try and score. Dutzman's throw is offline. A good one maybe would have had him, would have had a play at it at least. It's 5-4, just like that. Tying run on base, winning run at the plate. It's Duran. He's going to fly one to left, and it's just going to stay in play. Kjerstad makes the play, and we pick up a big win. And, it shows Hernandez. Thanks to that guy keeping it at 3-2 with the bases loaded, we went on to win 5-3. Couple bad news here, so stay tuned. Look at this. Vaughn Grissom, he's out. Fractured hand. He wasn't playing well anyway. But, he did good last year, so he's out for 2 to 3 months. We won't see him for a while, unfortunately, with a fractured hand. Interesting, though, because, look, he has a fractured hand out 2 to 3 months, and look at this. Another fractured hand. This time it's Colby Mayo. He must have not fractured it as bad, because for him it's only 1 to 2 months. So we're missing 2 infielders, are starting second and third baseman. So we got to make some moves, and that is exactly what we did. We were trying to maybe find a spot for this guy this season, and it just worked out. 2 of our infielders broke their hand, so he's up. Matthew Lyon, our top prospect, 20 years old, 83 overall. He's up to a potential. I think he was the second pick. Was that him when he was the second pick? I don't remember, man, but I think he was the second year. We picked him high, and we always knew he was going to be good. Here he is at 20 years old making his debut. Look at those stats. Pretty good contact, pretty good power. He's definitely MLB ready. We also signed back Gio Urshela, a guy we lost last year. We're like, you know what? Let's get Gio back in here to play against lefties. Him and Connor Norby can maybe split some time at third base, because I do like Connor Norby. So anyway, they'll split in. We're going to the end of the month now. We're 19-8, pretty good. We're going against the A's, who are 12-15, and of course, Matthew Lyon is making his major league debut. I probably could have called him up a few days earlier when both guys were hurt, but I wanted to actually play the game he was in his debut, and it's a lot cooler. We're going up against Cade Horton from Oakland, off to an awful start in 5 games, 7-point-something ERA, already missed it. In the first, Chuck Dutzman leading off, and he's going to find the hole for a base hit. It's a leadoff single for Dutzman. He's on base. A couple batters later, 1 out now. Yandy Diaz is going to bloop one into right field. That's going to dunk in. Dutzman goes first to third, and it's going to be first and third, 1 out here in the top of the first. So already trouble to start this game off. Jack Sawinski's up, and you guessed it. He rips one to center field, and that one's high gone. That one's blasted. A 3-run shot this time for Jack Sawinski. I think that might be his 5th home run of this episode. It's absolutely insane. 7th of the season already, so he's had a good month. That one is gone. On the mound for us, Roger Magana, 5 starts, 2.86 ERA, off to a very nice start this season. In the first, 2 out, 1 on, and look who makes his first major league play. It's Matthew Lyon with ease, throwing it over to first base. Here he is for his first major league at bat. A 2-2 count, and he's going to hit one into right center field. That's going to dunk in for a base hit. It's the first major league hit from Matthew Lyon. I like his stance. Looked pretty good. Pretty compact. His swing looked good. He fights one off and bloops it in for his first major league hit. Good for Matthew Lyon. I don't think he's going anywhere this year. I think Vaughn Grissom might have some trouble getting his job back. In the 5th, though, it's 2 out, 1 on. Gavin Sheets gets plunked. He didn't even try to move out of the way. So it's bases loaded for Montgomery. Montgomery hits one deep. It is going to 1-hop off the wall. 2-run score. It's a 2-run double for Colson Montgomery. It's 5-0 White Sox in the 5th. Next up is Ethan Salas. He's going to hit one hard up the middle. Second baseman makes a beautiful diving play. Saves an extra run, but it is an RBI ground out. 6-0. In the 6th, it's Matthew Lyon again. 1 for 2 so far. He's going to get his second career base hit. That one's up the middle, hit sharply. So nice little 2-hit day in his MLB debut for Matthew Lyon. Next up would be Chuck Dutzman, and Dutzman going deep to right field, and that's a no doubter. Our lefties are crushing the ball. We're gonna have, man. We can't have any more injuries, seriously. And all those 2 injuries sucked, but I mean, it was Vaughn Grissom, who we can replace him at line, and Colby Mayo, who's a big injury, but could have been worse. Matthew Lyon should have had his 3rd hit of the game right back up the middle, but it hits the foot of the pitcher and goes right to the second baseman. He gets robbed of a 3-hit game. Anyway, Magana's still on the mound. This would be his 110th pitch and his final pitch, as he would end up giving up 2 runs in the quicksand, but he would go 7 1/3, 2 earned runs. He was brilliant today. Roger Magana adds to his impressive start to the season. He's been good ever since he really got called up, so first ever draft pick. He'll always have sentimental value in this franchise. We put in Jake Eder because it was kind of a blowout, and it ended up ending 11-2, so we'd score a few more runs in the quick sim, and we pick up the win in Oakland on Matthew Lyon's debut. Great start from Magana. Offense was on fire. Got a bunch of home runs, so we leave Oakland with the win, and we leave the month of April with a very, very impressive 20-8 record, which is best in baseball, actually, or in the American League at least. I'm not going to lie, I didn't check the National League, but yeah, 20-8. So very good start. We started off obviously 9-0, really good. Cooled down a little bit, but that's just what you expect We're in first place by 4.5 games over the Twins. So, nothing crazy, but it's a good start to put us in a good position, even if we do start to struggle a little bit. Let's see how our lineup's doing just after a month. Chuck Dutzman has 6 homers already, and he's batting .250. Kerstad's got 6, and he's batting .317, 11 RBIs. Off to a nice start. Yandy Diaz only 1 homer, 10 ribbies, though. He's batting .255. We like Yandy Diaz. Sawinski, .351. He's got 22 ribbies already, and 7 home runs for him as well. Gavin Sheets has got 5 of them, and he's hitting .289. He's off to a good start. Montgomery's hitting .255, and he has 7 home runs, so he's showing some pop as well. Ethan Salas has 6 home runs, although he only has 7 RBIs and a 144 average, so he's actually struggling a bit. Gio Urshela, hot in the few at-bats he's had, 37 at-bats, batting .324. And Matthew Lyon, of course, he just played his first MLB game, went 2 for 4, so batting .500. There, bench guys don't get into too much. Pitching rotation, it's Chris Paddock, 3 years in a row, off to a great start. 1.32 to start the season in 41 innings, and he's 6-0. Drew Thorpe, ERA went up a little bit, but he's still off to a very good start. Magana, we just went over. Really, really good stuff. Michael King, the guy who was an X factor this year because we need him to have a good season finally, and he's finally off to a good start. 2.20. I don't want to jinx it, but anything below 5 is an improvement, really. And then Noah Schultz, he's close to the 5s, but it's early on. Dean Kremer, though, he's making a play for that 5th job again because in 27.1 innings, he's got a super low ERA, so he's bouncing back big time out of the bullpen. We're not going to change anything yet, but if Dean Kremer continues to shine and Noah Schultz struggles, we may make that change. The rest of our bullpen is pretty good. Edder's not bad. Eli Morgan's been great. Jose Hernandez hasn't given up a run. Joe Barlow, sub-1 ERA. For him, Nick Sandlin hasn't given up a run, only got 3 innings, unfortunately. It's just how it goes sometimes. Alex Lang hasn't given up a run, and Evan Phillips is sub-1. Our bullpen's fantastic. Big part of the reason why we're 20-8. So looking ahead, we'll probably do May and June, because why not? Just get this rolling along. I have a good feeling about this season. Hopefully we don't get many more injury messages. But yeah, I think next episode we'll just do May and June, and then we'll go from there. But I think that's a good plan. Get the season kind of moving along a little bit quicker. But if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like, and I will see you guys in the next one.